Welcome back to Game Crunch, everyone, keeping you up to date with the latest in the video game world. Now today, we're going to go over a couple of the biggest things happening today in the gaming space, including Pokemon Go. You may have heard of it. Remember back in 2016 when people were all over the place and not paying attention to where they were walking? I mean, I still play it to this day, but is it up for sale? Are they selling it? We'll find out in just a second. And then, you know all this AI stuff going on, right? We got AI video, we got AI music, we got AI pictures, and we just keep getting more and more AI stuff as we go along. Well, Microsoft now has an AI tool that can basically make video game visuals and other things. We'll get into that in just a second. But of course, if you like to stay up to date with the latest in the video game world, consider giving Game Crunch a subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and if you find any of this information helpful or useful, give the video a like, and without further ado, let's get into some of the biggest things happening today in the gaming space. Starting with Pokemon Go, reports are coming out that they are in negotiation talks with the company Scopely to sell their gaming division. Now this would include Pokemon Go and Monster Hunter Now. This deal, valued at about $3.5 billion, could finalize in the coming weeks, but there's no guarantee it will go through. Niantic has struggled to replicate the success of Pokemon Go, despite attempts with titles like Harry Potter Wizards Unite, which was shut down, and Monster Hunter Now, which still remains active. If the deal happens, questions arise about how licensing agreements with the Pokemon Company and Capcom will be handled. Scopely, if you didn't know, they are a mobile gaming company which was acquired by Savvy Games Group in 2023 for nearly $5 billion. Savvy Games Group is owned by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, which has been aggressively investing in gaming to diversify the Saudi economy away from oil. The PIF has also acquired significant stakes in Nintendo, making it one of the company's largest shareholders. I've been a long-time Pokemon Go player, basically, since the day it came out. It was actually released in the United States. I believe it was on, don't quote me on this, July 6th? Anyway, and I don't think it released in Canada until about 3 days later. Anyway, I did some back-end stuff, kind of got it on July 6th. And I had a little break there kind of during COVID when, you know, people weren't going close to each other and whatnot. Game kind of got a little stale, but I went back into it for about 3 years. Anyway, as far as Pokemon Go is concerned, that's kind of the licensing. This is what people are concerned about. And yeah, I don't know how that would work. Would Nintendo be okay with another company like Savvy Games kind of just taking over Pokemon Go? What does this mean for my current Pokemon Go account? Because I've invested countless hours and tons of money into this account over the years. I don't think that they would let that kind of go away, especially that it is still a pretty popular game. I mean, it's not what it once was, but it still has, at least in this town that I am in Canada, we actually have a pretty solid Pokemon Go player base still. And I know some other towns struggle with this, but some other towns as well have lots of people. So I'm a little concerned right now that what's going to happen to Pokemon Go here? Now, moving on to Microsoft. So they have just developed a new AI tool called Muse. Muse is good for generating basically in-game visuals, as well as it can predict player inputs. Developed in collaboration with Ninja Theory, Muse has been made open source for researchers and developers to explore. Microsoft showcased Muse's capabilities by using gameplay footage from Bleeding Edge, a 2020 hero shooter from Ninja Theory. The AI was given just 1 second of real gameplay and then generated movements, geometry, and character models based on that data. Katja Hoffman, Microsoft's senior principal research manager, emphasized that Muse aims to support human creativity rather than replace it. However, generative AI in gaming has been a pretty controversial topic, with concerns over job displacement and potential plagiarism. Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick recently countered these concerns, stating that AI could actually increase employment rather than reduce it. I remember having this conversation with a couple friends, I think last year, that, the way AI is going, 21, 22, we started to get the, AI-generated images, and then the next year we started to get even more advanced images, and the next year we started to get music, and then the next year we started to get, pretty good video, like as of last year. In 2024, the video for AI is getting pretty good, and I said at this point, 2025, we're probably going to start seeing some, short films, short pictures that might even be like 5-10 minutes long. By 2026, I was kind of like, we might even start seeing the first fully AI movies at this point. If I haven't seen any, but I'm talking like feature-length films completely generated by AI that might be an hour and a half long. shortly after that, we're probably going to start seeing in 2026, 2027. I honestly think we're going to start seeing really the first like decent AI generated games. Things are going to accelerate here really quickly. Now, as far as how I feel about AI, I feel like it's any technology, right? We were scared of the internet when it came out. People were scared of telephones. People get just a little scared about technology. AI, I do feel, though, is a little bit of a different animal. But, you know, it is going to replace jobs. Regardless of what Strauss-Zelnick said, it's going to replace people's jobs if it has to replace them. On the plus side for us gamers, though, it means that maybe we won't be waiting a decade for games to come out, like Elder Scrolls 6 and GTA 6. Like, oh yeah, they're both on their 6th, aren't they? What is it with the 6th one? Anyway, we won't be waiting decades for these games to come out anymore if AI can kind of speed it along. As long as it's not, you know, pumping out garbage. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. So, of course, I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of Game Crunch. And let me know what your thoughts are down below. Do you think AI is going to take over gaming? Do you agree with me? Do you think that probably in the next 2 years, we're probably going to start actually seeing AI video games? Someone's going to have a tool that can basically generate a game? And then, what do you think of this whole situation with the possibility that Pokemon Go could be getting bought out, and what this might mean for the franchise going forward as far as licensing is concerned? But if you missed yesterday's news, I'm going to put a video over here and another video you might like over here, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good one.